Do you believe in fate? Or that the universe has some kind of influence on the events that go on around us? Or maybe that divine intervention is real? No matter what you believe in, it's undeniable that there have been some seriously creepy coincidences throughout history. Now, here are some of the creepiest coincidences in history. The Jim twins. A pair of identical twins were separated when they were just a few weeks old and raised by separate families. When they finally met each other at the age of 39, they found that they had lived remarkably similar lives despite being apart. For a start, both families named their sons James. Both men married women named Linda and both divorced their respective Lindas to each marry a woman named Betty. They both have sons with the names of James Allen. They even vacationed at the same beach in Florida. A psychologist who tested the twins after he heard their story admitted that he was flabbergasted by the similarities between the two. So is it a coincidence that the pair led such similar lives, or is it due to some mysterious twin connection? What happened just before the assassination of John F. Kennedy? This is not about conspiracy theory before you start thinking that, but rather a creepy coincidence that happened just before the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. According to a book, Johnny, We Hardly Knew Ye, written by White House aides, when the Kennedys arrived in Dallas in 1963, they became aware of an anti-Kennedy advert in the local paper that had a black border similar to a funeral notice. Apparently, this was particularly jarring for Jackie Kennedy. To stop her worrying, the president said, "We are entering not country today. But Jackie, if somebody wants to shoot me from a window with a rifle, nobody can stop it, so why worry about it?" Those ominous words are pretty specific, don't you think? They argue that such an assassination attempt on important figures is unusual, as previous assassination attempts had involved somebody charging a president with a weapon or failed bombs. So it's pretty strange that JFK would just come up with that idea. The Omen Curse, the film's death scene. The Omen in 1976 is one of the creepiest films in cinematic history. But weirdly enough, the events happened to the cast after the film was released were even creepier, causing many to believe that there was a curse related to the horror flick. For instance, special effects consultant John Richardson, who was in charge of the film's death scenes, got into a crash while working on his next film. His girlfriend and assistant Liz Moore was cut in half during the accident, which was similar to the death of character Keith Jennings in The Omen. Also creepy, the real-life son of actor Gregory Peck, who played the adoptive father in the film, shot himself in the head shortly after Peck accepted the role. What's more, screenwriter David Seltzer and executive producer Mace Newfield were both on planes that were struck by lightning on separate occasions not long after. That's too much creepy stuff to just be a coincidence, right? The Baby That Fell 4 Stories. In 1937, the street sweeper Joseph Figlock was walking in Detroit, Michigan when a baby fell from a fourth-story window, hitting him on the head and shoulders. This could have been a disastrous incident for the pair. Both the baby and Figlock were injured, but thankfully, the baby survived. A different kid, who was just 2 years old, fell from a window a year later, and as if by fate, he landed on Joseph Figlock, who was sweeping an alley. And again, the toddler escaped death thanks to Figlock being there. The guy, be it accidentally, saved the lives of two separate fallen children. This sounds like some crazy Twilight Zone kind of story, but events were indeed reported in Time magazine back in 1938. The parents of both children must have thanked Figlock profusely. The My Way killings. Bizarrely, at least 6 people were killed in the Philippines between 2000 and 2010 while singing the song My Way by Frank Sinatra on karaoke. Most of the so-called My Way killings occurred when the singer was singing the popular song out of tune, causing crowds to jeer. For instance, in San Mateo in 2007, a security guard shouted at Romy Baligula halfway through the song, telling him he was out of tune. Baligula continued singing and the security guard shot him in the chest. What is it about this particular song that has been linked to a number of deaths? Some bar owners think it might be the arrogance of the lyrics, or is it just pure coincidence? Either way, The song has been banned from many bars in the Philippines as a result of violence. What other creepy coincidence you want to know? Comment down below, and also don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And by the way, don't forget to check out our channel for more videos like this. And as always, see you in the next video.